Welcome to Idea and Concept for Animation. In this class, student explore the pre-production stage of animation and digital painting skills by emphasizing the importance of color and image composition of figure, landscape and still life through various medium and techniques via digital. I present to you the audio storytelling by our Year 1 student on their synopsis through concept art poster.
Flopa is an anthropomorphic dog who is a shut-in person, feeling disconnected with society since he isn't human. Every day, Flopa wastes away his days playing video games, eating junk food, and not cleaning after himself and neglecting his responsibilities. But one day, he realized that he ran out of coffee to drink and decides to go out and buy some groceries for the day. Because of that, he is forced to go outside and interact with the human world.
Once upon a time, there was a frog by the name Taddy, who lives in a small coconut shell in a small patch of land far away from the rest of the world, along with his friend, Mop the Fly. Every day, Taddy wishes to travel outside and explore the world, but he has always been scared to. But one day, Taddy decided to be brave and leave his house together with Mop to explore the world. Because of that, Taddy is able to see the world and how beautiful it is and immediately thought that the world was a safe space. Because of that, he trusted the world too much and ended up being exposed to a snake who tried to eat him, until finally he and Mop was able to run away from the snake. He finally realized that the world is both a beautiful and a scary place.
The story is about Yellow, who lives in purple community, find difficulties to blend in and live his life.
Yellow starts his day by drinking purple paint in order to change his color. But it doesn't work out as his body rejects and fights the color. So, he put on his sweater and covered the remaining exposed skin with purple cream. Arrived at school, Yellow doesn't socialize much as he is alarmed with himself being different than the rest of the people. Yellow sits at his place in the class like usual until that day, everything changed when leaking ceiling on top of his seats decided to drop sweet waters on Yellow's hand and face, which caused him to panic and run to the toilet to cover the exposed part with cream once again. Later, he found out that he was actually followed by Purple, who gave him a warm smile at first. Yellow, who's really scared at the moment, felt relieved as he thought Purple understood him. But suddenly, Purple attacked him. Yellow, who was really frightened, tried to fight back, but Purple was overpowered. Yellow ran from the toilet and hid in the hallway. While hiding, Yellow found himself a small bottle of purple ink. Scared and desperate, he drank the ink. He thought his color might change into purple, but unfortunately, his color changed into gray and became more dangerous than purple.
Once upon a time, in a cottage, lived a small elf girl named Leslie, along with her mother and a little yellow bird named Melvin. Every day, Leslie picks the wildflower in the front yard with Melvin to be given to her mother. One day, as she was baking bread for lunch, she accidentally burned her hand because she forgot to wear the oven mitten. Because of that, she patched up her hand and continued to work. Because of that, she found that the housework was too difficult for her. Then, she goes to the backyard with a plate of food and a bouquet of wildflowers, until finally, Leslie sits in front of the tombstone with her mother's name on it, indicating that her mother had passed away. And ever since then, Melvin goes to cheer her up. Leslie realized that she is not alone because she has her friend Melvin by her side.
Asia is a sickly boy who spends his days in the children's ward with his mother by his side. On his last day at the hospital, he had an amazing dream while holding his mother's hand. In his dream, he enters a magical world where he met with a female creature wearing a mask. She became his guide in the dream and introduced him to some new friends, such as fairies and baby dragons. The last creature that he met was a scary-looking creature. He grew scared and ran away. But the masked lady stopped him and told him to greet the creature. The creature introduced itself as a friend and told Asher that he was there to bring Asher home. Asher followed it, entering a door and disappeared. The masked lady unearthed her mask and revealed her as Asher's mother. The scene dissolves in darkness and they are back in the ward. Apparently, Asher had died in his sleep and the dream was shared with both Asher and his mom.
Cerita ini mengisahkan seorang budak lelaki bernama Raiden yang mempunyai kehebatan tersendiri. Dapat membaca dan merasakan emosi seseorang. Setiap hari, Raiden biasa merasakan emosi pelajar yang berjalan di sekitar sekolah. Sehingga suatu hari, seorang pelajar baru berpindah ke kelasnya dan kelihatan misteri. Apa yang menyebabkan Raiden tertarik untuk mendekati pelajar baru? Kerana dia selalu diam dan tidak berkomunikasi dengan orang lain. Kerana itu, Raiden cuba merasakan emosi pelajar baru tetapi tidak mendapat apa-apa. Oleh kerana itu, dia mula merasa ingin tahu tentang pelajar baru tersebut. Dia memulakan misi untuk mengetahui apa yang berlaku kepada pelajar baru berkenaan dan mengapa kemampuannya tidak percaya pada pelajar baru. Hingga akhirnya, setelah mengetahui bahawa pelajar baru yang bernama Wafi itu sukar untuk meluahkan emosinya, Raiden berhasrat untuk mengembalikan perasaan dan emosinya agar dia dapat hidup seperti pelajar lain.
Kara and the Monster. Once upon a time, in the kingdom of Hillsford, there was an adventurous little girl named Kara. She also happened to be the princess. Every day she would play around the edge of the forest around the castle, much to the dismay of her own father, the king of Hillsford. Despite multiple warnings from him, Kara would not listen. This prompted the king to deploy guards to watch over Kara whenever she went outside. Of course, this annoyed Kara, and both her and the king got into an argument. One day, out of spite, Kara slipped away from the guard's view into the forest and ventured away from the safe zone. Soon, she found herself lost in the midst of the thick forest and regretted her decision. Before she was about to give up, Kara met a monster that was widely believed to have eaten villagers alive. She was pleasantly surprised to see it offering fruits and berries. Realizing the monster was gentle, Kara asked it to guide her home, in which the monster agreed.
Way to the City. The story is about a brave and adventurous chicken named Milo, who loved finding new things to discover. He lived in a remote and a rural village, where he spent his entire childhood exploring the surrounding area. One day, he eventually becomes bored as he ran out of a new place to explore. Because of that, he decides to venture out from the safety of the village to start his journey all the way to the city without him knowing of the obstacles that are yet to come.
Parallel. Parallel is a story about two demons girls who share the same looks, but with different traits. Luna is a timid demon girl who hides a big secret about her appearance in order to blend in. On the other hand, Lucy is a cheerful girl who lives in Luna's mirror who have the perfect appearance of what Luna wishes for appear in front of her one day. Lucy's existence as a mysterious guidance will guide to ease Luna's worries and teaches her the meaning of life.
The story is told in a certain hidden kingdom, where there is a princess that came from a shape-shifting dragon race looking for a strong knight that could be her companion. After countless knights failed to meet her expectation, the dragon princess finally met a knight that she deemed is worthy to be by her side. However, unexpectedly the knight has a very strong hatred toward dragons and despises them with all of his might. Will the princess manage to persuade and change the mind of the knight while keeping her identity a secret? What will happen when the knight finally learns of the truth?